Hey everyone, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. It's me, Banshee, for my Material Matters segment, and it's your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show. So I'm just going to get right into the reading here for the collective from the Success Oracles. I'm going to use this till the end of June. And then we'll switch gears. Okay, again, it's my Success Oracles. Let me get that out of there. And I'm going to cut my cards. And let's see what we have here today. Ha! It's RuPaul. Tailor conventions to suit you. Bespeak volumes. A showstopper never stops showing up. That's awesome. Well, let's see what they have to say about RuPaul. Sometimes they're not always so kind in this booklet, I have found out. Oh, I turned right to the page. So, RuPaul's breakthrough single, Supermodel, 1993, doubled as a to-do list, with the performer in drag becoming the trailblazing face of MAC Cosmetics shortly thereafter. Work today, I guess I just say work. Today, Ru reigns over the media monarchy, bringing a coveted mainstream viewership to a once marginalized art form as the Emmy-winning host of RuPaul's Drag Race. Ru is also the main draw of DragCon, a profitable convention for convention-breaking drag enthusiasts and enterprises, which reinforces Ru's conviction that inclusivity is good for both business and pleasure. Likewise, a tailored outfit. Honorable mention for Ru's tireless contribution of puns and neologisms. Or neologisms, is that how you say it? I am not sure. But that's awesome and a perfect guru for us today, you know? Yeah, I mean, don't be afraid to be unconventional, you know? And like this says here, a showstopper never stops showing up. So if you really want to be somebody, you know, you got to keep being somebody. You just don't stop showing up. All right. So I tell you, we have a huge astrological week ahead here. So I'm going to try to run through this. This reading goes from June 20th through 26th. The moon goes from Libra Scorpio to Capricorn Aquarius at the end of the week. And happy Father's Day on June 20th. It's Father's Day, as well as happy summer solstice to all of us out there who celebrate. And blessed be to my fellow Wiccans and pagans. The sun enters Cancer that day, so happy Cancer season. But sadly, on the very same day, Jupiter goes retrograde. But the good news is that on June 22nd, Mercury goes direct. Woohoo! Let's all breathe a sigh of relief over that one. And so finally, oh, there's more. There's a full moon in I believe it's going to be in Capricorn. It's kind of waffling, you know, between signs, but I think it's Capricorn on June 24th. And then Neptune goes retrograde on June 25th. Holy moly. So there's a lot going on. I remember, was it last week we had nothing going on, and this week, a can of worms. So let's see how we're going to do in the material realm through this week ahead. And we're starting with our air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. this is for you. All right. One more shuffle. Okay. Your focus card for the week ahead. It's the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is reversed. So you need to focus on turning your horse around there, oh Knight. You need to maybe take things a little bit more slow and calculating. Don't just rush headlong into something that might end up being disastrous. Try to think it before you leap. I think in this case, the Knight of Wands may have a little bit too much aggressive energy there, and you can't always move at the speed of light. And look at this here. How can you best prepare for this focus? Well, look at that laid back King of Pentacles there, for example. He's just tending to the details and making sure that his business is running smoothly, that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not trying to do more than they have to do. They're not trying to, overdo it. So take some hints from that King of Pentacles there, most definitely. What about people this week? People are more than happy with the Seven of Wands upright to, make sure that, that you guys are still on top, that you have the higher ground, that you have the upper hand. They want to keep you in a good place, whether it's your financial advisors, staying on top of things for you so you don't lose any money or, whatever the case may be. People want to help you maintain that, your level of success. And ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement for you air signs? Yes. Look at the Page of Pentacles. By week's end, looks as though that there's going to be some good news regarding money, a job opportunity, an investment opportunity, something growthful definitely happening. So let's recap real quick here for you. We have the Knight of Wands reversed, which means basically, you got to make sure you're getting off on the right foot this week. Don't burn yourself out too quickly. Make sure that, you save some energy to get you through the week, and make sure also that, you aren't moving so aggressively that you miss the finer points of things and you miss an opportunity. Use that King of Cups Pentacles as your guide there. He's just laying back, but not paying attention now. He is actually attending to the details, making sure everything is in place and people are doing what they're supposed to do for him. In other words, following up and following through. So ultimately, people are going to help you this week maintain this high level that you are reaching. They don't want to see you slip up. And finally, it looks like you won't. It looks like some good news by week's end. Maybe some job offer or opportunity comes through, air signs. So good luck with that. And hey, fire signs, you are next. Let's see if you need to strike while the iron is hot, and let's hope it's hot. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. All right, let's see what we have here for you. So your focus for the week ahead. Wow, haven't we had this recently? I think not for you. The Fool does come a lot in my readings, and for good reason. In the material financial world, people are taking risks. And so the Fool upright is saying, hey, your focus this week is on what risks, you are able to take. Maybe you have something in mind. Maybe something spur of the moment comes up and you just say, let's go for it. Whatever the case may be, it looks like you're focusing on taking a risk or gamble this week, you guys. And how best can you prepare for that focus? Well, we follow it up with a second major arcana card, upright, the Empress. And so how best you can be prepared for that focus is, hey, use your intuition, use your inner knowing, use your use your creative potential, to achieve success here. Don't be afraid to, follow a dream. Maybe that's what this risk is about. Following your dream or something coming out of your intuitive knowing. It's very positive, but it also means get to work. The Empress wants to see results. It's another major arcana. So what about people this week? Will they be helpful, cooperative, or not? The Hanged Man is reversed. I will say that, people may this week have their own ideas about how you should be going about this. And so I would say to listen to them. Try to be open and listen to them. They may give you some advice that you need to hear. They may be showing you something that you don't see. I feel like they've been giving things a lot of thought, and now they've come out of it and they're ready to give you some perspective, some of what they have learned and what they feel you should know. And finally, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you this week? Well, you have the Three of Wands reversed fire sign, so I get the feeling that, I'm not going to say that this is totally setback, but I feel that there's delays. There's delays and some concerns, maybe some concerns being raised by the people there with that Hanged Man reversed. And so I think it's a work in progress. I really don't think this is totally negative here. So let's recap real quick. With that Fool, I'm still going to say go for it. Take a chance. This is a time to take a risk or a gamble on something. Maybe with this Empress here, it's some dream that you've had, some vision, some goal, some creative spark or inspiration that you've had on the back burner. It's time for it to see light, and it's time for you to get to work on it. And ultimately, people this week, they may have some other perspectives to share with you about what your plans are and how you should go about them. So do pay attention, do listen. Ultimately, by week's end, I think there's delays. Nothing is going to happen by week's end, but I don't think that that means that the future is totally bleak. It just means there's uncertainty, which is kind of what the Fool is like. You take that leap and you take that risk and you see what's going to happen. So that's what we have for you fire signs for this week. Excuse me while I wet my whistle for the water signs. Oh, okay. We're ready to go. Hey, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This reading's for you. Right. One more shuffle for you guys. All right, your first card, your focus card for the week ahead is the Two of Swords, reversed water signs. So I get the feeling that you are going to be on the move. This is a time now where decisions need to be made, work needs to be done. If somebody has given you some financial or property advice or whatever the case may be, business advice, it's time to make a decision and decide what you're going to do. How best can you prepare for that focus for this week? The Star. Well, the Star is reversed. So, I feel like you can best prepare for this focus by setting aside doubts. Setting aside doubts about this move. Don't delay because of, don't procrastinate because of a feeling of failure before you've even tried. This is the time to make that decision and deal with the results that result from it. Not to put it off any longer because you doubt. What about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? People are kind of judging you in a way. They're judging, your actions or inactions here. So be mindful of that. They may be a little hypercritical. So in the workplace, you want to make sure that you are following through, that you aren't showing these doubts and procrastination, because people will be watching. Wow. Ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? It's really interesting, and I'm just going to make this observation now. The fire signs had 3 major arcana in it, and so do you. So you have the Wheel of Fortune upright. So I think it's up to fate the way things are going to go here. And it's really interesting following the Judgment card, isn't it? So let's take a look at this again, water signs, and see what we have. The Two of Swords reversed indicates, hey, it's time to make a move. It's time to get off your chair and do something. It's time to, walk. It's time to walk your talk. And for good or better, cast your doubts aside. Cast any pessimism aside. Don't have any preconceived ideas of failure. Go in this with an open mind. And, other people may be a little bit hypercritical and judgmental, so be mindful of that. But you should not let that stop you, because, hey, ultimately, however you deal with all of this, the wheel says will decide your fate. So it's really uncertain to me whether you will have progress or not by week's end. It's leaning towards the positive, but I feel it's only if you don't allow others to, their judgments and their hypercritical attitudes get the better of you. So that's what I have for you water signs for this week ahead. Hey, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Last but not least. Let's see what we have for you. All right, your focus card for the week ahead. Yikes, it's the King of Wands reversed. Such potential here, but it seems like it's going unused. It's sort of like you're just kind of sitting back. You feel like you've lost your steam or your momentum. There's nothing really motivating you right now to lead. And I feel that leadership in your material affairs is definitely needed in this week ahead. So how best can you prepare for that focus? The Nine of Wands is upright here. Well, you know what? You've been through it before. You have been through whatever this is before, I feel, earth signs. And it's time for you to hunker down and get what you need together to be prepared for a fight. To fight for what you want, to fight for what you need, to fight for your business, to fight for your material affairs. So what about people this week? Will they be helpful, cooperative, or not? Well, you know what? It looks like maybe this is where the fight is at. Maybe there's some conflict with people. Whether it's in the workplace, maybe you are at odds with some financial advice that you are receiving. It's the Ace of Swords reversed. It's possible you are just not on the same page. Or maybe, others around you feel that what you're fighting for doesn't bring them anything. They need to be sold on what's in it for them. So ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? I think by week's end, earth signs, I feel like you're just going to be weighing your options, You're going to be looking at where you go from here. Nothing has been decided. Nothing has been resolved. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just how to move forward and to focus and to really try to determine what is in your best interests and what will fulfill you. So let's take a look at this again. You start off really slow and like, unmotivated, unfocused, maybe a little bit angry, maybe a little bit tense because you realize that you have to gear up for battle again to fight for what you really want, to maybe sell your ideas to somebody, to maybe get your points across. And I feel that others in the environment, well, they're not necessarily sold on your ideas and they want to know what's in it for them. And they may feel hypercritical, a little bit and judgmental as well. Ultimately, I feel that leaves you weighing your options, by week's end. You're looking at where to go from here. So it seems like a week of a little bit of a struggle with others, to get your point across, to get business done or work done the way you want it to. You really need to communicate effectively, and you need to motivate yourself. You need to bring that fire back. So that's what I have for you, are signs in the week ahead. So don't remember to watch Mr. O's Emotional Exchanges every Friday, where he gives you the scoop on the emotional side of life. And don't forget his Goth Tarot every Wednesday so that you can delve into the shadow realms with Mr. O. So enjoy the week ahead. I wish everybody success, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.